Rahu back. Glad
How
to
you
hear your
doing?
vibration.
I said, how are you?
Oh, I'm glad to hear your vibration. I'm doing good now that I hear that. Let me open up this. You all got your phones, star 6? The light of the heavens and the earth. O Most High God, the true source of life and growth, and sustained as the sun, the light of the heavens and the earth. Let your grace reign upon me and guide me in all things. Work through me so that I may help all human beings. Touch my tongue so that I may speak your words only. Let me care with your heart, for my heart is weak. Close my eyes so that I only see what you see. I only serve you. I am not worthy to rule. Please take and wash my heart so that it is new. Make me the finest of your most humble children, O Most High God. You are the light of the heavens and the earth. You are the light of all lights, the truth of all truth, the creator of all creators. Amen. The glory be to my sustainer. Glory be to my Lord, possessor of faith. Glory be to my Lord, possessor of grace. Oh God, my sustainer, nothing but exists if you most compassionate and gracious Heavenly Father, who's the light of the boundless cosmos, didn't create it. I mean, okay. Har, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here too.
Okay, if you could speak up loud, that'd be good.
All right. This is Namaz Shalal Amun-Rayay. This is prayer of Amun-Rayay. Nakok sa dokbi Amun-Rayay. Unabebu Mamadu. I trust by way of Amun-Rayay, master teachers. Umadayad and his paparazzi. Umunverhu li panan zaman wakot Tanadab Yanun and his warning for this day and time, the master Yanun. Kalel Hamadad li Amun-Rayay. The Dar Shilel Pa Patat Pa Taha. All praise are for Amun-Rayay, overseer of the heaven and the earth. Anukia Nuwapu. I am Nuwapu.
Bless you for that. Thank you. All right. Who has that first spiritual experience? Yes. Who back?
Who back? Kim on.
I'm all right there, Kim. Kim, bless you. I'm going to keep my word. Who has that first spiritual experience they'd like to share with us? Or that first question? Mute your phones until you're
I
ready
have
to
a question.
speak. I'll do my best.
In the past, when we are in class and we recall a certain incident or something that occurred, is that considered looking back? Because we say consistently God never looks back. Can you explain the difference?
Yes. Looking back is a positive thing from this perspective. You know that the future is built on the past. You follow me?
Sure.
And if we look back at past mistakes, it could guide us and prevent errors in our present and future. But to look back negatively at chaos, confusion and pain, suffering, self-loathing, and hatred of other people, that would not prove productive at all. You follow me? So God never looks back
and that. It's like you're in it all again.
Exactly. Every time you recall it, your mind is so powerful that you relive it all over again. And the people that you share that with constantly, they feel the vibrations drop too. You see? But I know the one asking the question knew better than the one being asked. Now you really just think about it, right?
I would have my say, yeah.
I love you. Your response
I
told me
love
that
you.
you were up. I love
Yes.
you more. Even though you got a big head, but I still love you. As far as spiritual experiences, I had one that was overwhelming, overpowering. It was 2 mornings ago, the night leading into the morning, before daybreak. I was traveling, and I was on a large craft. I know it was another dimension. And it looked like it was a setup like a bar. You know, what I mean a bar is where you belly up to the bar, you know, the counter, you have the bar stools up to. That's the kind of layout it was, but it wasn't an actual liquor bar. It wasn't a place where people get intoxicated. But it was a crowd of black people, their brothers and sisters. And there was a brown-skinned, heavy-set female behind the bar. I guess she was, I don't know, but she was behind that portico or whatever it was. Anyway, in that crowd, I saw Malachi standing there. And I walked up to that, and I had my hands on that bar. Then I felt somebody shove me hard from the back. I thought it was Malachi, but what it was, I was shocked by the force of that, and I reacted instantly. And it's like I just instinctively attacked him, but not to hurt him or punch him, but a self-defensive mechanism. I had both my arms up and away. My elbows were pointing at the ground, and I had my fist side to side pointing in the air. But the force of the impact that I struck his form with was powerful. And then there was another brother there, a heavy-set Mennonite guy. He rushed me, and I told him, I said, because I could feel the power that I had. It was a lot of power. Like Malachi used to tell his older sister, Mr. Jonathan, my brother always tell me how powerful you are, how powerful, but I never had no real concept of what that meant. But anyway, I walked back behind another little corner there with some other brothers, and we were talking. And then I came back out into that area. And Malachi was standing by that bar, but he had went around to the short side of the counter. And I walked back to the spot I was in, and I looked him in his eye. We just made eye contact, and I told him, I said, you know I love you, because you can't lie in the spirit. I don't know what that was, or even if it was him for sure, but he knows me. He and I are one, and he knows how I'm going to react. He's seen me at war with reptiles and cutting off heads and everything. He knows I'm a warrior at heart. He knows that, so he's not surprised about that. But it was the strangest reaction when I told him, you know I love you, you know. I don't know how to describe this thing he does with his eyes, where they start blinking, and he turns his head kind of like an insect, like a praying mantis from side to side. Rahubat. He was making these funny gestures until he almost laid his head straight, the side of his face straight down on the bar counter. I don't really know how to describe that, but I've seen it many times, and I've seen it in people that channel him too. But I just thought I'd share that. I've had a lot of experiences with Yanu over the years. I remember one time, you'll recall that I was in another dimension. I was inside of a large tent like veterans used to have in the desert, a shape with a harem or something, those big tents like that. And there was a lot of brothers in there, tall and thin and very black. That's them. But what they had is, you remember old ladies used to have those fans in church with the wooden handle and thin cardboard they fan with. They all had a big one like that, holding it up and covering up their face with it, walking around, covering up their face. And I was thinking to myself, now, you know I know what y'all look like, but anyway, I didn't say anything. So I went over to a couch of cushions to sit down. And one of those brothers came to sit on my right-hand side on another cushion and took an even bigger one of those big fan things, and it had a stand on it, and he slid between the couch cushions so it could stay upright. But it would be a partition between he and I, so I couldn't see his face. And I was thinking to myself, you know, why y'all hiding like that? Anyway, while I was contemplating that, another brother walked up in front of me. And from behind the sign, he said, "Start your phone." He said, "Malachi wants to see you." And I said, "Well, where is he?" And he said, "He's out on the beach by the water there." So I got up and made my way to the where the curtain separates, opened them up, and I went outside. It was the brightest, most beautiful, pristine day I'd ever experienced. I don't recall a day clearer or more pristine than that. I mean, it was perfectly clear. And I saw the sand, and I just trailed my eyes to the water, and I saw a figure sitting in a lotus position with his right side to the water, with his head down. He had kind of like a monk's cloak on, and it was a dark kind of a cloak, like, and I walked over there, and I got him straight in front of him, and I got down lotus position in front of him. And I started talking to him, and he raised his head up. And boy, I wish he'd have put it back down. I love him, but he's an ugly rascal in his true form. You know, I mean, really. They need a fan over their face. Anyway, there was something unusual because I saw on his forehead, or where it should have been, it was a hua symbol, like a heart there. It was green. And it's what I always envision in my forehead when I make salat. I put my hands in the shape of a heart and rest my forehead in it when I'm on my knees. And I envision a green light hua in my forehead. And I made the connection instantly. Now, while I was thinking about that, he sprung up from where he was and grabbed me by the shoulders, and he kept saying, all excited, "You're not an interdimensional being. You're not an interdimensional being." Well, I'm here to tell you tonight, I don't know why, I am definitely an interdimensional being. But he was like shaking me a little bit, and I was starting to get a little heated. So I guess he recognized it in my eyes, and so he sat down and kind of reclined, and he said, "Oh, my leg is hurting. My leg is hurting," like sympathy or something. And I reached under his robe, and tried to trace his leg down. And I found what I thought was his leg, but it was like a gristle, like a chicken leg. You know, dinosaurs and chickens have the same heritage. But it was hard. It was a hard leg, a hard, thin, skinny, hard leg, reptilian leg. But I was still healing it and rubbing it like that till he felt better. But we've had many encounters like that. And I don't know if it's competitive or what it is, but it's not on my behalf. I don't know what it is he's testing me or whatever he's doing, but when I communicate to you all, I'll just tell you exactly what's happening and the way it's happening. But I do know that I'm an interdimensional being. Like I said, I was out on Amun-Rayay in Solomon's Temple, and I was late to arrive there, and I walked in. It was so crowded, I just slid to the right with my back to the wall. And because I'm taller than most people, I could see over the crowd that he was up on the stage and teaching. And when he saw me, like always, he broke a smile, and then big white teeth came out. I could see it all the way from there. And then he jumped off the stage. Niggas was packed like sardines. Hard to breathe, but they parted like the Red Sea for him. And he started walking, and they parted as he walked and closed in behind him like the Red Sea. And he walked all the way back till he got right in front of me, and he looked up at me. And he said, the reason he's not having any fun at this party is because you belong to two worlds. And then he turned around and started walking back. And they opened up again for him and closed behind him. And I said, you too. And he didn't turn around. He threw his right hand up with his index finger pointing toward the sky and shook it. Like, yeah, you got it. So I am an interdimensional being, and I spend more time there than I do here. When I started going back in my memory and thinking about the occasions that I spent in those worlds that stood out, it was so numerous, I couldn't make a distinction between here and there. And what's odd, I want to try to pull you all's coat to it, is that it's happening a lot more with a lot more frequency now. So the reason I'm saying that is because whenever you go to the new heaven and the new earth, like with Vesica Pisces, you know, like two overlapping circles from the world that's shifted into another dimension and the one that's being left behind. I want you to remember to always use your mind and plant your feet firmly there and break your ties with this world. Because what I'm trying to tell you is that I feel myself sliding more and more into my long home. I'm easing back away from this world. So whatever you all need from me, please get it. And be serious about this mission. Be very serious about this mission. And imagine what it would be like if you were here all along without guidance, there's a lot of people claiming to be this and that and imagining things with their ego, but it's not people growing on trees that actually have connections to the heavens and the Creator. It's just not the truth. So don't waste your opportunity or your time on frivolous discourse and running around with your thumb stuck up you know where, acting a fool and arrogant and this, that, and the other. It's real. And just think about waking up and not having that connection. You follow me? Even to ask questions or call me up to discuss your problems or look for guidance or healing or whatever it is. That would be an unfortunate day. So take advantage of the fact that I'm here now. All right. Who has another spiritual experience or that next question, family? Morrison, you here?
Yes, sir.
Did you speak up loud? You said you had questions. I know a lot of you guys, you people are soft-spoken, but when I say speak up loud, I really mean project your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I get. It's not about hearing you. Yes, I can. Just keep loud.
Okay. If I had a question dealing with 144,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. When they're all supposed to get picked up, do they all have to be in the same area, or that doesn't matter?
No, it won't necessarily matter because it's not. I know you imagine us being picked up in the field by a fleet of crafts, and for some of you all, that will be your reality. But
right.
Many of you all are just making a dimensional shift. You're making the shift. In fact, hold on. So you have to work on it every day. You know, dietary changes, stay away from negative people and intoxicants. Don't frequent the news or be labeled the internet and all these media platforms other than the post to reach the people, because these things keep you excited and keep you nervous and negatively aroused, you know, and make you uneasy. But you need to start working on making that journey within. And I'm glad you got your spiritual package today. I just hope that you really focus on it and start making that journey within in earnest. But these are very serious times, and times the commodity you don't have much of, regardless of what you imagine. You follow? So 144,000 also, in reality, we're not necessarily talking about numbers of people as much as we are degrees of knowledge. Right? Because all of you have 360 degrees of knowledge, because what you really are is a combination of a seraphim and a cherubim, right? A good and a bad angel. And of course, the inner being, that is the good or agreeable seraphat in you all. And of course, the chronal body and brain, that is the cherubim, the shade thing, the rebellious flesh, and that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Right? So that you have free will that pivots between them, and your will is neither ought or not. It's like fire or a gun on the coffee table. It's not good or evil. It depends on the one that's handling it. That fire can be used to warm a baby's formula or to burn down a house. Exercising will determines whether it's good or evil. Like I said, you have forbidden unto you as far as foods that are haram or forbidden, not halal, is anything that dies of itself. An issue of blood, dies of a fall, or anything over which any other name other than the Most High has been invoked. That's decisive, allegorical, unless otherwise driven by necessity, not out of desire, nor out of want. Roughly interpreted, it means that if you're in a destitute place on an island and there's nothing there except sand and rocks, and you're starving, and there's one pig on the island, the Most High says, kill that pig and eat it and survive. But don't go to a supermarket where you have choice and reach over the fish and the poultry and the vegetables and what have you and pick up a pig foot. You'll be in grave error. Right? So you have to start making your decisions as far as making the journey within and listening to your higher self. You have to learn to return to the world of the first mind. And doing the right thing is not a mere suggestion. That's an oath a promise that you have to fulfill. You have an obligation to do the right thing, to be a virtuous being, and to be truthful and honest and upright, fair-minded and loving, and exhibit all of your best qualities. Bring forth your higher angels. Disconnect from the chattering of the lower self, the obstinate, disagreeable lower self. Don't adhere to it. Don't listen to it. When it suggests obviously evil things to you that you and the Most High know are wrong, even to yourself. When you overeat or consider using intoxicants, even if recreationally, or keeping bad company, be reminded that in your homes, if you invite negative people, bad people into your home and they sit on your furniture, if you're a parent and your children come home from school and they sit in that same spot, you may have a conversation like, Well, how was school today? Why you want to know about that? And that's out of character for that child. And you say, what does the matter with you today? But realize that they're sitting in that spot where that disagreeable being was, and their aura, their highlight, that furniture can absorb that negative energy. And so don't share clothing with other people. Don't let people wear your socks, your pants, and your blouse. I don't care if it's your children. Don't do that. Don't let people sleep on your sheets. And as far as women, be careful who you sleep and lay with. Because women are built internally. And you take that DNA. And along with that, knowing that in a healthy male, a normal ejaculation is 777,777,777 sperm that are potential beings. That's a lot of confusion. That's a lot of voices inside you. It can confuse you. Imagine having 2 lovers or 3 or 4. And some women of ill repute, lose count. Remember the genetic kiss. That doesn't mean that men don't have to be careful. Whoremongers land with this one and that one because you do exchange genetic material with women as well. Be careful of the company that you keep. Do not be promiscuous. Lower your gaze. Be modest and humble and clean. Be clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. And always remember to return to the world of the first mind, that you be inheritors of everlasting paradise. I started preaching now, and that's not my intention. So who was that next question?
I have a question, Messiah.
Yes.
Can you explain when you say return to the world of the first mind, like in different scenarios, like what it means by the world of the first mind, please?
The world of the first mind, an example of it is if you, again, undecided about what you want to eat for lunch, and there's a healthy salad in the refrigerator and a pig foot, and you know that the pig foot is haram, is forbidden, but you have a taste for pork right then, and your lower self, the shade thing, the cherub, is going to say, get it, it's yours, you're a grown man, nobody, you can eat what you want. And your higher self, like the angel on one shoulder, the devil on his, going to say to you, no, choose the salad, Kim Kim. Eat the salad and do what's best. And then you have the will that's always present, that's trying to make a distinction, a decision between the two, back and forward. Listen to the angel or the devil, listen to the angel or the devil. And ultimately, the decision rests with you because you've been granted free will, created an image like the Most High, the ability to know good and evil. The return to the world of the first mind is to make it a habit to always go with the salad or the choice of the higher self rather than listening to the weak cries and desires of the debased lower flesh and the carnal mind, because it's rebellious and it's a filthy thing, and it doesn't care about people, the Most High, nor you, because that thing will tell you to go buy cigarettes, and the Most High will tell you to read the side of the cigarette pack again, and it says, warning, caution, cigarette smoking may be hazardous to your health, cause cancer, or even death. And after you premeditate that danger, that carnal self will tell you to open it up and light it and puff and drag it. Till you got that tube in your throat. because it does not have any concern about your body, your future, or anything else. The devil's God is to fulfill its desire. That's its only goal. It'll sleep with its best friend's wife or husband. It'll steal from its mama if her back is turned, sometimes while she's watching. It's the devil. You follow me? It'll steal a penny off a dead man's eye, Jesus off the cross. At the drop of a hat, for chicken shit or less than a dime. It's Satan. Do not listen to Satan. You can't adhere to that without going to hell, because that's where it's leading everybody that listens to it, like the Pied Piper marching down straight into the pit. You follow me? But it'll try to deceive you and it'll try to convince you that there's no harm in it. You're going to end up in heaven anyway. Like I said, when they rebelled in heaven against the Most High by not prostrating and bowing down to Adam, some devils cunningly would say to the angels they want to convince, well, he said, don't bow to anybody but him, making reference to the source creator. So I was obedient because I didn't bow to it. I only bowed to him. When that reasoned argument is akin to sorcery and witchcraft, do you understand? Because certainly he knew best what he created. So when he created him of sound and clay of black mud fashion and blew his breath into his nostrils, from his essence out of the core and being of the creator himself into that temple, he knew that you were bowing down to him. Because when you see him, you see the Father. He and the Father are one. But the devil is contrite, and the adversary of truth, he's a liar and a killer since the foundation of creation. And when he speaks of a lie, he speaks of his own, because the truth is not in him. You follow? That's what it means to return to the world of the first mind. To reconnect with and agree with you and follow your higher angels. You don't need books or scriptures or a spiritual guide to show you the way to heaven or to teach you how to do right. What I am is a simple reminder. I have no power to compel you. You can lead a horse to water. I have no power to compel, but I am a clear reminder. And I keep reminding you of what you have forgotten by time. As an enocide, a forgetful being, you've fallen asleep. And while under this self-induced spell, you've been wandering aimlessly on in your contumacy. Turn over trash cans like a dog, and it's just such a tragic end for such a noble being. So wake up before times get beyond repair. Tick-tock. All right? Kim?
Yes, thank you for explaining that. I totally understood that. Thank you.
Very good. I'm glad. I'm happy. Next question.
I have a question.
I'll do my best.
Individuals are constantly ascending to 5D, correct? I know on the last class you said that.
Okay, that's a little fast. Could you repeat that and slow down and make every word clear individually, please?
Individuals are.
Yeah, every word. Just speak up loud. We're constantly ascending, you say?
Constantly ascending to 5D, yes.
Okay, I hope we are.
And you said some like Bashar and his wife are going to the 6th density. They're going higher. But
or 7th, or 7th, 8th, or seventh, eighth, or even ninth.
So it's a state of being. It's not a physicality. It's not a location.
Well, physicality is not even physical.
So,
let me explain for people that don't know.
Please.
Okay, when you speak about physical reality, like a wall, you say it's physical because it's a barrier or a hindrance as far as you're approaching to the next room, and it's solid. You can't see through it or put your hand through it. But you consider your body as solid, but you get x-rays. You follow me? And looking at it again from the atomic chart with 99 elements on it, you know that atoms are the base element or the foundation of everything in the physical realm. Am I right?
To what?
Right. Everything's made of atoms. But now atoms, on close analysis, are 99.9% empty space and just trace energy. In other words, protons are a positive electric charge. It's energy, a positive electric charge, and electrons are a negative electric charge, and neutrons are a neutral electric charge. So when you consider the cosmos, like the solar system with the sun and Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, or the stars in the sky, when you talk about light years, 1,000 light years away, for example, 1 light year is the distance that light can travel in a year. When you think that the speed of light is 186,372 miles, 272 miles per second, in 1 second it travels that far. So it can circle the Earth 3 times in 1 second. Now, if it can circle the Earth, the world, 3 times in 1 beat, how far can it go in a minute with 60 seconds in it in a straight line? How far could it go in a day? How many seconds in a day? Well, imagine how far it could go in a month. Now let's step up to how far could it go in 1 year? How many seconds in a year? And every second is 186,272 miles? 186,272 miles every second? And it travels that speed in a line for a year? So you're talking about astronomical distances. You talk about light years away. But let me tell you something. The atom, as above, so below, with the proton and the electrons, 2 in the first K shell, 4 in the second K shell, like a miniature solar system. The spaces between electrons and protons and neutrons are 10 times wider than the spaces between the stars. So what you're talking about is this empty space. In other words, if you had a proton and you based it in Los Angeles, and then you brought the first electron and put it by the Statue of Liberty, that's the way you would scale that atom. Look how much space is between it, and it's just, you can't even see the little, they're that small. And that's nothing solid about it. That's only trace energy, just an electric charge, negative or positive or neutral. It's nothing solid about solid matter. What creates the illusion of being solid is vibration. Just like if I ask you to reach out in front of you now with your hand and grab it, you say there's nothing there. Nothing. Because there's no resistance, there's no matter, there's nothing that answers the laws of material matter. Howbeit, if you're driving in your car on the freeway doing 80 miles an hour and I ask you to stick your wide palm out that window, that nothing will knock your hand back, won't it? You follow me? So atoms have electrons revolving around, and the proton you consider the axis or the axle, like a little girl with a bike. She could turn it upside down, and you can stick your fingers through it. You can see all through the spokes. It's just like it's empty, like it's nothing there. But she starts pedaling it while it's upside down, faster and faster. And but still, you would be able to see through it. But if you try to stick, not your finger, but if you try to stick a stick through it, it'll test. You find out the spokes are moving so fast that they appear to be one spoke moves off the way, the other one's in that place, so it makes it appear to be a solid wall. You can't get a stick through it. Every time you try to hit it, it appears to be a solid wall. Don't you understand? These electrons are revolving around the nucleus of that atom at that speed, RPMs, and they create the illusion of solidity. I'm telling you, there is no physical matter. This is only a dream. Malachi is right. Howbeit, a very persistent one. It's only a dream. You say, well, the dream is not reality. But again, many of you have had dreams, and you were making love to somebody that you really were attracted to, your perfect man or your ideal woman, and you achieved the nocturnal emission or had an orgasm in your sleep. That was real enough. You felt it, and when you woke up, you were embarrassed because there was nobody in the room or the bed but you. But when you really think about it, you've made love with men and women in the world that you call physical and real and didn't achieve an orgasm. So let's just think about that. Now, which was realist? The one that was so-called the dream woman or the dream man or the so-called real one? Now, I'll tell you what, that fake woman, that dream woman got the job done. But that real sister, it didn't work out so good, did it? So which was realist? You follow me? And understand about dreams. You've all had dreams where you were fighting, running from the man with the axe, and the faster you tried to run, it was like you're running in mud. You got slower, and you started palpitating. Your heart was beating, and you started sweating profusely, and you were terrified. And somebody woke you up, and you were so glad they woke you up out that nightmare. You didn't know what to do. You woke up with your heart beating, breathing hard, and you were sweating from that nightmare. Don't you see? If it was only a dream, you'd have woke up dry, just dreaming you were sweating, and your heart was beating. Don't you understand? It's all in the mind. Like I told you all years ago, as far as athletes, for example, track runners, they would take and monitor their blood pressure, their pulse rate, etc. After they race, do a 100-mile dash. They take their vitals automatically. But they found out if they put them in a controlled situation and a accomplice sitting in the chair and asked them to relive the race step by step from the start of period, bam, on to the tape. If they really focused on it and they had the things hooked up to them, they had the same vital signs, the same pulse and heart rate, the same breathing. That was in the mind. But they still achieved an orgasm, don't you understand? So you see, it's all in your mind. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So mind your mind for the jewels of your soul. Be careful what you believe. If you program yourself with a lot of negative information, you're going to create a hell for yourself and build a self-made prison for yourself. You create your own reality every day as a God. Like I told you, when you look at things, say a car that you may want, or a home, or a dress, a suit, a pair of shoes that you might want, and then you know that you're supposed to meditate on that, visualize it, and you say, well, I've been seeing this brother or this woman and it's not happening. I've been seeing this car, visualize it, not meditate on it, and it's not part of my life. What am I doing wrong? You have a tendency to look at objects two-dimensionally, like a picture that you're taking. You're looking at the car with height and width, but not 3D. Understand that a three-dimensional reality cannot reproduce a two-dimensional picture. You understand me? So if you really want that car, when you visualize it, you can see the height and the width, but walk in your mind, walk around the car, kick the tires, open up the door, get inside of it. That's 3D. Start it up, turn on the music and drive it, smell the Corinthian leather. Drive so fast the telephone poles look like a picket fence. But I'll tell you, if you interact with it with a three-dimensional visualization and meditation, it's going to manifest. That's the difference. It's all in your mind. There's no such thing as physical matter. If you stare at a wall long enough, like a spiritual master, until you get in tune with the same rate of vibration as the molecules and atoms in that wall, then it ceases to be a barrier for you and you can walk right through it. That's why extraterrestrials can stand right over your bed and you have your bars and your doors locked, because those are not their walls, they're yours. They're not walking through what walls? That's your walls. That's not theirs. You created that. Don't you see? That's in your mind. You creating your own walls and you creating your own penitentiary and trapping your own self in the mud of your own flesh. Be careful. Your mind is a powerful thing, the most powerful thing in existence. It's like riding a wild steed. It's powerfully built. And it's running over the cobblestones. The hoofs are striking sparks. Tail shot back. The mane is out. It's glistening with sweat. And nostrils flared. And you're trying to hold on. And it's running so fast, it's like it's running away with you. Watch your mind. You remember old people used to tell you, be careful, like your mind running away. Don't let your mind run away with you now. How many times have our minds ran away with us? And we start having leaping thoughts. We jump from one conclusion to another, and we got all the way, and we way over there. And people just, hey, some people, slow down. Wait a minute now. How did you get way over there? You know, your mind ran away with you. No, I got it. I know. I just know what's happening. No, you don't. You let your mind run away with you. Just and it ran off. And you own it. It's taking you with it. Out of control, baby. Out of control. But I'm sorry to interrupt your question. Go ahead.
Okay, so just like you and Anukas were walking that day, and you could have walked into the new heaven and the new earth at that point in time.
Okay. She and I were walking in the event, yes,
Yes, but you did. You turned and went back, but you saw the vibrant colors and everything, and you knew within yourself that that was the event at that point in time.
Yes,
so you were vibrating. You both were vibrating at a certain
I could feel that overwhelming peace, and it was there. That it was happening. And on some level of my consciousness, I was aware of it, but not in my frontal thoughts. You follow me?
Okay.
It wasn't an upfront, forward thought. But after I got back and I started going through it again, I said, oh, man, look. But you see, there you go again. I had let my lower self block my upward ascension.
Right.
By creating doubts in my mind. Like, this can't be happening right now just like that simple. It is. And who said it was simple?
Okay. Right.
No man knows the hour. It was really happening. But you see, there was a vision I had, and you all were in it. I was walking across the grass, beautiful pasture like grass, and I saw 3 helicopters flying toward me, and they came so low, like government helicopters, that I had to duck down so they could pass over me without the skids hitting me. And I kept walking, and I saw y'all sitting on logs and rocks and different things, dressed in white. The first one I saw was the Nukas. And I walked over to her. I said, are you ready to be taken up? And she looked up at me real excited and said, yes. And the vision ended right there, which tells me, since we're still here, that it was something in me that hindered me. You follow what I'm saying? How many times have I been taken up and I came back? For whatever reason, even if it was a good reason, I came back. So that day we were walking down that street and that opened up into the event. I came back, there it was. So you got to be careful. Don't you spit in the wind or tug on Superman's cape. When the call is coming for you, because I am the call, and I'm here for you right now. How many of you all are doing subliminal things to block your ascension? You're turning back, in other words, you're doing things that you know are going to prevent or block your ascension. Keep you from going to heaven. While you're saying to yourself, that's my main goal, my motivation is to go to heaven. Be not deceived, beloved. Your mind is very complex and it's tricky. And you have to relearn how to return to the world of the first mind. The devil is a whisperer, Kahanas. He's an evil, seductive twister. And he will tie your mind in a knot and throw it over a fence and walk off and leave it. Yes, he will. He'll talk to you so seductively, you swear to God it was God talking to you. And it was the goddamn devil. Smooth operator.
Okay, so the information that was in one of the packages you sent me with Alice Cole. And it was,
why is it that I don't understand your words? Why do your words sound muffled to me? It's not that I can't hear you, it's just that it's not clear. Is your mouth on a phone?
Yes.
Not a speaker?
Is that better?
Yeah, thank you. Slow down and make your words clear, because I need to understand what you're saying. Really, it's important to me.
When I was listening, and I think you read it to us in class, of Allison Coe doing the quantum healing hypnosis therapy, and she was talking to individuals that were in the new heaven and the new earth.
Yeah.
Okay. Then my question is, so they were they were vibrating on a certain frequency in order to get to that their heaven and earth, their new heaven and new earth.
That's all in your mind. That's right. Exactly.
Okay.
It's a shift in consciousness, right? Mm-hmm.
Okay. So did they attain at any point the 144,000 as in that level of knowledge that you just spoke about previously? Is that correct or incorrect to say that?
Yeah, but it's not nine mind. They raised up in vibration, yeah. And they ascended the plane, maybe up to the 5th plane. But if you want to have 9 mind and you're reaching for that, you have to be a master, Ilmutadjazadet, divine incarnated in flesh, like the angel Michael, where you have 720 degrees of knowledge, which is 360 degrees double. In other words, 180 degrees of negative and positive. It faces off against one another with the free will on the pivot. And optimally, the 180 degrees of positive is going to overcome the 180 degrees of negative. You follow me?
Sure.
And then you'll be 360 degrees of positive, right?
Yeah.
That's the end of it, because that divides against itself and goes back to that inner jihad, and you have 360 degrees of negative, and it's fighting against 360 degrees of positive with the same free will. But when you can make the 360 degrees positive overcome the 360 degrees negative, then you ascend to a 720 degree master. Right?
Right.
But imagine that 720 and 720, what would that add up to?
144.
Exactly. So we're talking about degrees of knowledge more than numbers of people. You follow me? The ascension.
Sure. So my question again here is, Allison Cole is taking them through hypnosis basically, but they existed there on her couch or in her house or wherever, and they also existed in the new heaven and new earth. So will there be versions of us still?
Yes, there are. If there are versions of earth, there are versions of earth and versions of heaven and hell. You follow me? Because you have 7 planes, right, inside your body that you can ascend every night, and you do because you have OBE frequently. But remember that every plane is subdivided by 7 to the 7th power of 7.
Okay.
You hear me? Every one of those 7 planes is subdivided by 7 to the 7th power of 7. So there are thousands of subplanes inside of each plane, right? Nobody could be in the same heaven or the same hell exactly. But if you have somebody that's on the 5th plane and somebody else on the 6th plane, but the person on the 6th plane is vibrating on the lower subplane of the 6th plane, and the person in the 5th plane is vibrating on the highest plane, subplane of the 5th plane, they'll be basically in the same place. Don't you hear me?
Sure.
Now you see what I mean, right? So they'll be basically in the same place. Just like if a person, I love you, if a person expires here or crosses over, dies, you follow? Wherever they vibrate, when that happens, when they make the separation, it's a frequency. They tune into that channel on the radio or that station on TV. And that reality opens up to them, just like if we all tune in right now to channel 16 on cable. You follow? We'll be basically looking at the same thing. You follow? We'll be in the same reality, the same environment, the same men and women, the same trees and water. You follow me? Just like all of us tonight. We used the phone, whether it was landline or cell, but we dialed frequencies. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. And we put those numbers together and we all put the same number together, and we met up on the same frequency, and we met spiritually in the same room, don't you see? In this conference call, don't you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
We're in the same place. We're in the same place right now, all of us. We're meeting here. But it's frequencies.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
There are other people that's having conference calls that have child pornography rings. Don't you understand? And they all in the same place too. Or contract killers. You understand?
Yeah.
And those low vibratory thoughts That's hell, don't you understand? You can decide whether you want to tune into Jason or Dracula on TV, or you could turn it and flip the channel and go to spiritually and to ancient aliens or something that has conscious value to it and vibrate on higher frequencies, right, and expand your consciousness. Or you could narrow your focus to go down to Amos and Andy. Not evil, but it's just a waste of, it's simple mind. You understand? There's no growth in it.
Sure.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to mind your mind for the jewels of your soul. Every second you have to consciously, what people are doing, they're going through life and they're feeding their body. While their inner being, their spirit and their soul, the etheric aspect, starving to death. They're not feeding it anything. But they're trying to give nourishment to the devil. They're feeding the devil, just feeding the body. You understand? They want to put nice clothes on and keep it warm and comfortable. They want to nourish the body. They worship the body, the devil. And they don't even know it. God is not in the flesh. You all are enigma, I tell you. Look at a chair or empty space you can sit down in the room you're in right now. And imagine me putting your soul over there, your spirit, your etheric aspect, your memory, your personality, your feelings, and your emotions over there in that other empty chair. The things I just named, that's the real essence of you, isn't it? You really think what you are is your soul, your memories, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, your spirit. That's what you really are. You're not that thing. You're not that body. You're not that situation. You only watch that happen from above, like being under ether and surgery. You're not that body. But everything that constitutes the real off, when you look over in that chair, what does she look like? How old is she? Is it a she? Or in truth, all the things that constitute the real you can't even see or touch. That's how we're all created in the image and likeness of God.
Absolutely.
Are people imagine that we're all created in the image and likeness of God in the physical sense? You got people as men and others as women, some black, some white, some old, some young, some ugly, some cute. Cut it out. Some fat, some thin. That's a lie. You're not in the image. God is not physical at all. The aspect of you that belongs to God is nothing that belongs to this world. But don't be troubled by that. Remember I gave you the example in Psalms. Faith in the Bible, rather. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things yet unseen. Through faith we understand that the worlds, sun, moon, and stars, your hand on the phone, were formed by the word of God. So that things that are seen, such as the stars, your hand, were not made by things which do appear. Meaning if I ask you to look at your hand, you can say, I see it. Or go outside tonight, like many of you will, that are really striving for paradise. So can you see the star? Yeah, I can see the moon, I can see the star. Can you point to it? Yeah, it's right there. That was created. That was created. But if I ask you to point to the creator that put the stars there and say that, what can you point to him and say there he is right there? Can you do that? No, you can't. But I am, so therefore he is, right? We're not poofites. We don't believe poof. This stuff just got here like poof. There's no creation without a creative force. You can't just have a baby. In other words, you can have a mother without a child, but you can't have a child without a mother. Am I right? You can have a creator without a creation, but how you going to have a creation without a creator? But the question I need to ask, which is realist? The creation or the creator of it?
The creator of it.
So we just affirmed with a rational mind through right knowledge that the unseen is realer than the seen, right? There goes the theory of physicality. There goes the theory of physicality and material. You follow me?
Yeah.
So that means that parts of you that I can see are not as real as the parts of you that I can't see. You follow?
Sure.
Again, you have 5 physical senses multiplied by the senses: see, feel, smell, taste, and touch. Physical eyes, your vision restricted to parameters. You can't see past the floors, walls, and ceilings. But if you close your physical eyes and use your mind's eye, you can see your car parked outside right now, can't you? Because God, that's your walls. Are those walls God's walls?
No, they're not. They're my walls.
That's the devil's wall. The devil created those walls. God is unlimited in space and time. Again, you all have had dreams and you saw things happen. And a week later, on the physical plane, i.e., you saw the same thing happen. You told the person next to you, I saw this in my dream a week ago. Now, logically, how can you remember the future? So let's establish this. The real you, the God in the temple, the eye, the all-seeing eye can see just like your physical eyes can see, but it has a much more powerful muscle matrix. God is almighty. He can see through walls and time. God can see things and people you never met before. Am I right? Can't God see things before they happen?
Yeah,
you're getting ready for the party.
Right.
You're getting ready for the party. You get ready for the party. Your parents come to pick you up, and you say, "I changed my mind. I'm not feeling it." Hey, oh, girl, what's the matter with you? You bumming out. You party pooper that, and you're reading the paper the next day with a shooting at the party. See, God saw that.
Right.
God kiss it, devil miss it. These are the things that we've forgotten by time, but they're very essential. They're very important. You have to make the journey within and reconnect with the higher self in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. People think that if they get $1 million, they're going to be in heaven. I've had $1 million and more before, and I wasn't in heaven. You hear me? In fact, I was in hell. Why do you think so many millionaires commit suicide and big stars? They just thought in their mind that when I grow up, if I could just be rich and famous, I'll be in heaven. They got to be rich and famous, and they were trapped even more in the mud of their flesh. You can get so famous that you can't even go to a supermarket or go to a regular movie. You got to have security and guards around you all the time. You can't even trust your own emotions or people around you, not even family members, a man or a woman. How you know that nigger or niggeress is not around you to try to get what you got? And they'll shapeshift or morph into anything they think you want in order to be what it is they think you want. Now the tragedy of it is, you could be a very sweet woman or man, a very great person, but they will not allow themselves the opportunity to get to know the real you because they pretending to be something they think you want in order to get what it is you got. You understand? It sounds complicated, but this is real.
Yes, it is.
Those people are lonely. They're rich and famous, and they're lonely. It's a cold world. All they got is a bank book with numbers written on the ledger to keep them warm at night. They can't trust nobody, rich and famous, my ass. They got it all. What do you give the man or woman that has it all? true companionship, true love. They can't find it. Because every time they think somebody really loves them, they find out what? When you peel the layers off the onion, them stanky rascals after that money, right?
That's right.
Heartbroken again. Until you lose faith in mankind, you don't trust anybody, even your own mama. You don't trust people no more. You don't believe in humanity. You lose your soul. You sold your soul for riches and fame. What would it profit a man if he gained the whole world and lost his immortal soul? What would it profit him? Can anybody hear me tonight?
Yes, I can, Messiah.
Yes, I can hear
what
you.
would it profit him?
I hear you.
What would it?
It will profit him
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Tragedy. But look, I made a promise to somebody about a blue light session. And I think right now, if you all are ready, maybe you should go and position yourself, make yourselves comfortable. You got to take that sheet off there. Like that candle. Stretch out on your back. Have your feet about 2 feet apart. Your arms at your side. Lay on your back. And don't put a pillow under your head because we need to have your spine straight. Right? Okay. I need that remote control the DVD. Let her get it. She knows this one. No, let her get it. Are you all moving to get comfortable?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Move. All right. Is everybody, and you need to have just faint ambient light. You can't have a bright light on. If you got a little light, dim light streaming through a curtain, okay. Or if you have a television on, turn off the sound and put a sheet over it. Or a candle in the room. But you can't have bright light, brighter than your aura. Just get comfortable and meditate. Do some breathing exercises. This is as real as you are. Because tonight, we're going to allow you that are serious to see God. Now, if you're physical, you won't see God because you can't see God with physical eyes. Nobody's ever seen the Father, but the Son has seen the Father. Believe that. When you see your aura, you think you see it with your physical eyes? Why is it that you have 40 people outside and 8 of them say they see a UFO in plain sight and 32 say they're crazy, they don't see nothing? You think the 8 people are blind? Or the other 38 are looking for it with their physical eyes? A lot of times you all see things with your mind's eye and you think you're seeing it with your physical eye. You're going to do that tonight, many of you. When you see your aura, you're going to think you're seeing it with your physical eye, but you're not. It's your mind's eye, your spiritual eye that's seeing it. Some of y'all think you're moving stars. You know your arm's not that long. It's not physical. It's the deity, the God in you that's performing, that's doing things like that. I'm a spiritual guide, a spiritual master. Everybody needs a spiritual master, a spiritual guide. Even Malachi. That's what Mahmoud was to him on his visit to Khartoum. He brought him through octaves of sound and rainbows and colors. Made him feel like he was 10 feet tall. A spiritual guy. That's the difference between me and all these other beings that you follow or think you're following. Or some of them silver-tongued devils, and they can lay it down, they're orators, and they can put words together, and it's funny to you, they crack jokes, and they're entertaining, and this, that, and the other. They're not the real thing. They are not the Messiah. They don't have the Sulcilah, the link all the way back to the Creator. They can't guide you to heaven because they don't know where it is. A lot of these people just want to be rich and famous. That's what it is. They'll sincerely love you all. They're lost too. It's the blind leading the blind. But hey, it sounds good. Seductive speech. And a lot of them out there, they just memorizing things from text that somebody else wrote and they regurgitate it. They masters, all right, masters of memory. They memorize that doctrine. Every period, comma, they regurgitate what they read. They're great studiers. They're not messiahs. You better wake up. And if you're blessed to find the real thing, you better cherish it and support it and make that journey within and get into contact with it. You better become it. It'll be the best example. You sure this is it here? That's not it. That's it. Clean it off. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Now, put that sheet down on the screen, please. Can you all hear that on? Can you hear it in the background?
No, I can't hear it, Messiah.
All right, just a minute. Read that up again one more time. Wait a minute. You know, just give me. Okay, that sound is up. All right. That's as loud as I dare make it because I won't be able to talk over it. You hear me? It's a vibration. Just feel for it.
All right.
Y'all give me 1 second. I want to share with you all a book authored by Pilot Babianoon after this. It's called The Dimensional Shift. It's very important right now. All right. All right. Are you all ready? I need somebody to respond.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Now, I need you all to visualize the green light and the blue light and the white light. These are healing lights. But right now, focus on the green light. And I want you to inhale through your nostrils. But you have to do it so deep. If you think you're inhaling hard, rethink it and do it 10 times harder. And visualize inhaling that green light, that healing essence, second from the sun, through the hand of the Most High, that'll heal every disease known to man. And when you got it saturated all inside your body from head to toe, and you can see the inside of your body, all your organs lit up in that green light, bright. Then exhale through your mouth so hard, blowing out everything negative in your system, so hard over your chest until you start feeling euphoria. All right? So we're going to do that 7 times, real hard and deep. All right? Inhale. You should be tingling all over. Now exhale. Put out everything negative, spirits and everything toxic, harmful to your system. Now inhale. See that green light come in. It's lighting up your whole body inside out, from head to toe. Especially your trouble spots, you know where they are. Accentuate it, make it brighter there. Now exhale. Inhale. Relax. Let go. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, Om Mamun, Om Kulu. Amun, Moon, Amun-Rayay, Zerun, 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 Ma'atum, 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 Second 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 All right. On up. 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 Yeah, I'll hear you. Yeah, I'll hear you. Al-Kita. Who? Now, imagine all of us standing together in front of your premises where you live, and we're all facing your home from across the street in the dark, and we're all amazed by this telephone pole beam of green light, pure essence, coming from the Most High, from what appears to be nowhere in the sky, straighter than an arrow, laser straight, going down through the roof of your house. And out of curiosity, it's dazzling bright, sparkling. We all rush over to your front door and go inside, searching to try to see if that beam has just hit the roof or if it's really going through the roof and through the ceiling. And if so, where is it, that beam at in the house? And as we keep searching exhaustively, we're amazed to find the beam is going through the roof, the ceiling. And the room is going into the one you're in right now. And that beam is pouring straight down into your head, directly from the Most High Creator into you, flushing through your whole head, pushing out all the magnetic particles, everything toxic or negative in your mind, cleaning your mind up, purifying your body, reharmonizing your cells, rejuvenating you, reverse aging, clearing your thoughts, erasing all negative images and thoughts from your mind, and pushing down through your neck, surging, powerful, like a torrent, flushing down through your shoulders, and it's racing down through your arms, through every cell of your being. Everything is lighting up with that green energy, and that blue light is mixed with it. That spiritual light is uplifting, is setting your cells in vibratory motion, and purifying and flushing out everything harmful, even between your fingers into your fingertips. Then it's reversing and coming back up your arm, through your shoulders, and it's meeting in the center of your chest, while this big beam of green light and blue light is flushing down through your neck. And all 3 points impact right there as it pushes down through the expanse of your chest and spreads out through your torso, all through your heart, your lungs. It's pushing down, and it's got everything negative, kind of like a yellow, dingy in front of it as it's pushing down, and it's leaving light and harmony and healing behind it. As it pushes down past your waist, it's pushing down through your thighs, pushing down past your kneecaps. You start feeling the bottom of your feet begin to tingle as that green and blue light pushes down through your legs. It pushes down through your ankles. It's getting more powerful coming through your head. And as it pushes down, it breaks through the bottom of your feet. Make sure it's not directed at people. And push it out, push. And it's pushing out everything negative. That light is coming out of the bottom of your feet is kind of dingy, yellow, because of all the impurities. But it keeps flooding through the top of your head and washing through your body. It starts getting brighter and brighter. As soon as that light coming up the bottom of your feet is as pure and as crystallized as that coming in your head, then cross your feet, cross your ankles. But don't stop that light from pouring into the top of your head. Let it keep surging in, flooding in, that purifying light, that healing light. It's correcting all mistakes in your life. It's purifying you, reorganizing your cells, bringing you into total harmony with the Most High, raising up your vibrations, your frequency. And it's starting to circulate through your body because it hasn't got a way to get out. And then it starts building up, it starts to pulsating in your body, pulsing and throbbing. It starts perspiring through your skin. Now it's coming through your skin and every aspect of your body, all your limbs, your chest, your legs, your face and head. And you can see that light around your body. It's forming sort of a halo or aura around your body, like an atmosphere of the body. It's pulsing energy. It's pure. You love it, and it loves you. It's warm. It's soothing. It's familiar. Just remember. Just relax and let go. Relax and let go. Relax. Let go. Now I'm going to count down from 10. And every time I drop a number, I need you to drop down and relax and let go of the physical and merge into the spirit until you're just floating on the ethers. 9. Drop down. Take the tension out. Relax. Let go. Just relax. You remember how to relax. 8. Drop down again. Sink deeper into the ether. Relax. Let go. It's like when they count down when you're under ether. And the next thing you know, you're floating on the ceiling looking at your body. 7. Drop down. Relax. Count backwards. Let go. Let go of the world. Let go of your body. Reconnect with the real you. 6. Drop down. Relax. Let go. Let it all go. Just float on the ethers. Rock gently on the arms of the Most High with peace and security reigning on all sides. In the bosom of Abraham. 5. Drop down. Relax. Let go. 4. Drop down. Relax. Let go. Let go. 3. Drop down. Relax. Let it go. Let go. Relax. 2. Drop down. Let go. Relax. Let go. 1. Finally drop down. Let go. Relax. Let go. While the green light is surging through your being, straight from the hand of the Most High. Imagine me coming to you all individually in the spirit. I can reach you like I reach stars in Africa. I'm going to take your hand and pull you up out of your bodies to me. Come on, I have you. Let go. Let go of your body. Now walk with me. We're going to walk down this path. It's a beautiful forested area. You have beautiful blooms and blossoms on these little trees with humming bees and hummingbirds and butterflies. And the fragrances are beautiful, delightful, just heavenly. The temperature is just right. It's like you're rocking in the bosom of the Most High. We walk. The beauty is so breathtaking. Everybody's lost for words. But in your mind, you're screaming. You all smell what I smell. You see what I see. You feel what I feel. Yes, we all do. As we make our way through this narrow path, with the grass like velvet beneath our bare feet, we finally come to a clearing, and the sun is bright. It parts the trees, and it's green. It's a green light. There's a gentle body of water there, like a small pond, surrounded by trees with big giant leaves shining like wax and glowing with the green aura. All the plants are glowing like your body, the green light. And there's some lotuses in the water floating, big giant lotuses, flowers. Like in the movie Thumbelina, all of you are going to walk down and choose one of those lotus plants. And just carefully step inside of the petals and push off into that calm lake, that calm pond. I want you to let your feet hang over the side and float, and let your fingers and hands float in the water. You'll realize it's not really water, it's the green essence, the healing essence. It's so divine, but you can't separate your body from the water or this green essence and the fragrances. It's paradise. You can't remember feeling this good, or this safe, or this pure. Yes, you're purer than a baby. You're rocking gently in the bosom of the Most High. Rolling. Relax. Just float. Your eyes open or closed, whichever you prefer. But for those of you with your eyes open, you'll notice that in front of us and up in the air, it's becoming clear that there's like a majestic castle that's floating in the middle of the air. It's beautiful. All the colors. It's sparkling. There's large torrents. And there's the outer deck. Beautiful flowers. Terrace. And there's a master that walked out of the big doors, standing there dressed in white, looking down at us with a big smile and bidding us to come up with him. But how do we get there? And oh yes, you remember you're no longer encumbered by the body. I pulled you out of it. You're a free spirit. So just rise like steam. Start floating. Let's rise up and gently flutter down on that terrace and follow that master into the inner chambers Oh, walking down that hall, you can hear the vibration through the floors is vibrating, the walls and ceilings are lit up with that light. It's not actually material walls, it's just spiritual walls of light. And following down that majestic corridor. The vibrations come up to our feet. Our whole body is vibration in unison with the Om. We can hear it coming out of our body through our mouth and back in through our ears and through our form again. We get to a big door and he opens it. We follow him into this big room. It's beautiful. And there are chairs there for all of us. We all sit in a crescent. And we all get comfortably seated in our padded chairs with the velour and silk embroidery like thrones. We sink into them. They're so comfortable. And we notice when we look down, there are lots of men, women, and children dressed in white, sitting in lotus positions at our feet. And their eyes are so bright with smiles on their face. They're so happy to see us. And one by one, they raise their hands to ask questions. And all of you take turns answering all of their questions to their delight. When you notice that up and to the right, on the tall wall, there's a small, beautiful window shaped like a six-pointed star and crescent. It's got stained glass and the sun rays are pouring through with a green light stream that breaks into fragments. And every one of those lines of light, like laser beams, finds your temple, my temple, here's her temple. That light beams and fragments and come and strike right at our temple, energizing us, purifying us, and giving us the answers to all the questions of the universe. As we answer all those questions, we start lighting up, so joyful. And they're so happy. They're overjoyed. They feel at peace because they're in your presence. They're so overjoyed to just be in your presence. Now, after we answered the last question, we all file out. The scents and fragrances are beautiful. We follow that master all the way down that majestic corridor. The lighted walls, the vibrating floors with the designer carpets thick and plush coming up to our toes as we walk back out into the sunlight and look down on the water and the lotus blossoms. We turn around and look at the master, and he smiles at us and we recognize him. Wonder of wonders, it's the hidden one. The master, this master is Amun-Rayay. And he beckons us all to gently flutter down to our lotus blossoms. And we gently flutter down. And we put our feet in water and with our hands, we pedal our way back to the shore gently. We look at all those hummingbirds and beautiful butterflies, and those large waxy leaves big as the ears of elephants, and we remember this place. Because Amun-Rayay told us it's a gift to us that he's given to us forever. That we can close our eyes and go into ourselves and find this place whenever we want to. It's our sacred place whenever we get out of balance or we need to be put back in harmony or get in touch with the Most High or reach our spiritual excellence. And then we all file out back onto the side and we make our way back into that beautiful little forest, down the trail on that soft, beautiful grass, memorizing every second, every face, every smile, the lighted eyes, the fragrances, the lotus blossoms, the good feelings, the purity. Yes, we experience paradise. And as we make our way to that forest and come out to the other end, again, and I embrace all of you and hug you tight because I love you. I really do. But sadly, I bring you all back to your bodies and gently slide you back in. But now you're rejuvenated, you're refreshed, you're healed. And all the burdens are removed from you that surrounded you, weighed down heavy on your back. You're in the hand of the Most High. You're all right. You have peace and security reigning on all sides. And you're lit up with that vibrant, healing light. So now open your eyes and put your hand up. Your open palm with the back of your hand. Look at the back of your hand with your fingers spread. And move it back and forth slowly. And you can see there's a fuzzy outline around your fingers and your thumb and your hand. That fuzzy outline is the real you. That's what the Creator blew into your nostrils and made you a living soul. That's God. Behold, the great and wonderful. Because it's you. You are one with all, and all is one with you. We are all one. And that's how we're all created in His image and likeness. Behold God. Behold the Most High. Behold the real you. You see that aura, that fuzz around your thumb and fingers? That's the real you. Now, make your fingers, put your pointer fingers together and tip to tip, like a little boy playing cowboys. And bring the tips of your fingers together. And slowly separate them, move apart, and see that line of energy between them, and bring them back together, and slowly separate them again. And you can see that bluish, you can see that light, that line of light between your fingers. I see it too. I see it. Oh yeah, I see it. It's bigger and wider. And I want you to remember from now on, whenever you meet a person and you shake their hand, if you don't think there's no connection, but if you both focus on that connection in a spiritual way, you create an etheric link between you and that person. And if either one of you ever gets sick or have a problem, your essence will run down that line, that etheric cord, and notify the other person. They'll notify you and contact you spiritually or on a phone call and come to your aid. And most of all, I'll get the message because I concentrate on our connection in the spirit. Just look, take one last look at the aura around your hands and around your arms and understand your whole body is lit up like that. That aura is pulsing. Look at it. It's like a buzz, a light. It's like you think you see it and then you don't. It's just fading and coming in and out, because you're trying to adjust yourself to that God, that divine sight again. It becomes clearer and clearer to you. You can see it. That's right. That's God. That's you. That's the immortal you, the part of you that goes on forever and ever. Say hi to God. How are you, God? Thank you for choosing me. I love you. I love you, God. Oh, yes. I love you. I love us. Remember, there is no us without you. Right. Okay. Now, come back to the witness, though. Okay, family. Now, one at a time, please describe to us what you experienced in this.
Right back, son. It's Kim.
Yes. Yes.
My experience was I felt free, and I felt a tingling, warm sensation around my body. And I'm outside, so I felt like as I was laying down, I felt like a whirlwind around my body. It's like when woo. And I also, when you said put your hands in the air, I put my hands in the air. I see the fading in and out that you were talking about. And it seemed like all my worries are just washed away. It's free. I feel very light, like a feather. There's no worries about that. So I want to thank you this time. Yeah.
Me too.
Love you.
I share that feeling. And you don't have any worries in truth, because you're not that body. You're not that situation. You're only watching this happen from above, like a person in the operating room under the effects of ether, just looking down at the surgery. Next, brother or sister, what did you experience, please?
I'll go next. This is a new good. My experience was when we first got started, I could feel a tingling or some kind of nervous shakiness, if you will, like I was trembling through my whole body. And when we put our hands up, like you said, I could see my the light, the aura, excuse me, phasing in and out, fuzzy at first, but then it got bright, like as if a light was shining. A white light was shining around the edges of my fingers and my wrist.
It's breaking up mucus and things inside your body.
It's coming out now.
It is coming out. That's right. Because it can't exist where that light is. That's right. That is the light of the heavens and the earth. I love you. I really do.
I really do.
Next, brother or sister. Who else is going to bear witness to what they experienced?
I will.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I can.
When I put my hands up to see my aura, I move my fingers and so forth slowly back and forth. I can see like a film that stretches in between, and I can see the movement. So, yeah, I experienced that. And obviously the tingling and the relaxation, the visualization, all that. I experienced all of that as well. But more time this time, I can see like that sort of stretchy, sort of like invisible film in between the fingers moving at the same time. So, yeah, I experienced that this time.
I love you. And I'll tell you, we can do that, Cheryl, whenever we need or want to be found. It's a gift never to be cut off. We don't have to wait for the rest in class. That's a permanent gift. You remember, and all of you should be taping these classes. You should be able to replay these classes. And we have a YouTube where we have all the classes lined up. We should be able to go to YouTube the YouTube channel. Can somebody here tell us what the YouTube channel is again, where we have all our classes? Is it Amun-Rayay 144,000? And you should click on the first link and play all. You can play them all night long. You follow me? So make sure that you always do that. We don't want to be like Christians that just go to church on Sunday, and the other 6 days we return to the second mind. Just remember these exercises, and you can do them whenever you want. Thank you. Now, who else is going to be next to describe what they experienced?
I forgot to mention that when I put my fingertips together, I could see the stretchiness at between two fingers when you pull them apart a little bit, and then when I put my fingertips together again, it formed like a bridge across both hands, both fingers, like a bridge. It's something bright all the way across.
Yeah, me too, and it was even bigger and wider than it was before ever. You know, it was blue.
Yes.
It seemed almost violet at times for me too. How about you, son? The new young fellow. Did you go through the exercise? Who else? Amanda.
I'll go.
Okay, very good.
Doing the exercise when we first started out, when we were inhaling the green light, the second, it felt very warm. It felt very comforting. It was just like Kim said, a peace. It felt really good. I felt so light. I felt very, very light, and I could feel the vibration of my body when you told us to cross our feet or cross our ankles or whatever, and it was just like a build-up, and I have sinus issues, and it was a couple of days ago I was starting to get that where one side is stuffy and the other is open, and it just opened up completely. My sinuses opened up completely, and I could breathe freely, and I still can. And
you can go to that place whenever you want.
Absolutely. And when I was looking at my hands, but the fingertips were like missing. It was like my hand was partially there. And it was like a ectoplasm or whatever going on, but the whole finger wasn't there on my hands when I looked.
And we're going to work back up to where we can make our whole hands disappear until we can get our whole bodies to disappear again. Because they're not actually disappearing. It's just an illusion that we think we see them. There is no physical matter. God is what you are. That's the only reality. That's the only truth. You're not men or women or black or white. You're not human. You're God. And God is, was, and always will be. Anybody else want to describe it?
I love you.
I love you more. I really do. I really do. With that, I'll save the dimensional shift until the next class. But I have to emphasize, I love you all more than you'll ever know.
I love you too, Messiah.
I love you more. We're all one. Be at peace. Let's wake up the world and ourselves. Be true to thine own self and to the Most High in you, because you are God's. Peace. Amun-Rayay.